All right, part two. Back here on our axial wraith, and we're doing our speaker boxes. The fiberglass is cured. We're going to go through and we're going to grind off the edges. We're going to get them formed back in here. This RC stuff is just something I picked up this summer. It's been kind of a fun little sport. So I'm going to take you over here to the speaker boxes and show you what we do. The same concept can be done on a car, can be done on speaker kick, panels, anything you want to do, like cosmetically, customizing a car can be done the same way, on a full-size car versus just an RC car. So anyway, take you over here. All right, so we've had time for this to dry and cure overnight. Now I did separate them away from this this tape that I had a little bit of wax on from the last video, but it just breaks away really simple. Still got a little bit of slag. What we're gonna do is take our grinder with a cutoff wheel and a little sanding disc, and we're gonna grind this all flat, and then we're gonna position them inside the car, inside the back of the rock crawler, and so we'll go do that right now. All right, now we're just gonna go ahead and start grinding this off. I highly encourage you to wear gloves and safety goggles. When the fiberglass starts to get grind off, it likes to fly. So always make sure you're wearing safety goggles. And I'm gonna go put some gloves on, and then we're gonna just start grinding this down. Basically, we've got a 40 grit cutoff wheel, 40 grit grinding disc on a cutoff wheel, and we'll just kind of go through and grind this down. All right, now that I've got these ground down enough to where they'll fit back in their actual location, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to cut them open. I'm going to cut them actually in half. So I'm just going to go all the way around, cut them in half. Because if you remember, there's still stuff inside here, like there's the tin foil and the foam and all the hardware that I made to create these, which was basically just the skeleton. I now have to cut this open so that I can get that stuff out. Then I'll refiberglass it back together. So I'm going to go and do that now. All right, now that I've got it cut open, what I'm going to do is just pull out the stuff that I used to make the pattern. And the reason I'm doing this is because I want this to be as light as possible, and I don't really need the structure inside there anymore. That's why I use tin foil. And so all I got to do is just kind of go through and peel these open and get all the stuff out of there. So I'll go ahead and go do this. Okay, now we're down here in our workshop. What I did, I took my for sale sign, I drilled a couple holes in it with our hole saw bit, okay? And it's a good thing that we left this cut apart because I need to drill out the speaker holes, okay? So if I did that, it would go all the way through the other side. But the fact that it's torn apart, or it's still in two pieces, I can mark out where I need to go, and I can just drill into this one, and then this one will be for here. And then I had the two pieces that come out of here, and I was able to put that in there and just kind of match up the hole so I knew where to drill. All right, now there'll still be some finishing work that we'll need to do on here and put a layer of glaze or Bondo. But I'm just go through and drill this out and get this ready to go, get the speakers installed. Alright, now I've cut my hole. I still got it in half. Okay, just kind of give you an idea. We're just going to glue this back together. I'm going to throw the speakers in there. Okay, really tight fit. Okay. And then we are going to glue this together. Now what we're going to do is we're just going to take the hot glue and our speaker box, and we're just going to kind of line it up. Then we will just put a little bit of glue just to kind of hold it in place. Let it sit for a minute. Then we'll go back over this in fiberglass to kind of hold it in position. But this is just to kind of hold it together until we can get some fiberglass on it. So I'm going to go through and do that. Alright, now that I've cut the holes for the speakers, glued it back together, mixing up some more fiberglass resin. And I don't need very much, just a real light thin coat, just to kind of hold it back together. So I don't want to put too much material on it, partly because it fits real nice and snug as it is. So I'm just going to kind of go over it real lightly. Kind of reinforce it a little bit. And that's about all I'm going to do to hold that together. This fiberglass resin is actually really strong. You don't need very much to hold it together. This just will help kind of seal it up so the speaker box has good sound. You know, we are making a speaker box. We might as well try to get it to sound as good as we can by sealing up all the cracks. And nice thing about the fiberglass resin is that's what it'll do. It'll seal it all up. We'll put a little bit inside, just kind of help give it a little bit of strength. It's not like we're going to be putting a lot of power to it. It's basically an iPod. It's not very much power, but just kind of give it some support. And we'll let this sit overnight, and then we'll come back tomorrow and kind of finish these up with some Bondo and glaze, and then maybe paint it the next night. So no big hurry, just a hobby. That's how hobbies are. You just kind of take your time on them. So anyway, that's about it. I'm gonna let this sit overnight, and then I'll come back. We'll see you guys tomorrow.